Okay, so I think we're ready to start now. Thanks everybody for taking time out of your day to join us today. I know everything is a little bit bizarre today with people getting ready for lockdown 2.0, as we're referring to it in Black Night. So just this episode, I think, in light of recent events and announcements, I think the timing just it couldn't have felt better, really. So today we're going to look at our DIY e-commerce tool and how it can be used for click and collect and delivery. This webinar will be maybe 45 minutes long. We're going to kind of take our time with it. We did a run through earlier and it's probably a little bit longer than our other ones, but we didn't want to rush through it. So it might just run over a little bit. If anybody does have any questions, do let us know. You can pop them in the Q&A section there at the bottom of your screen, or if you even just want to pop them into the chat, that's no problem too. Con, my colleague, is going to do the presentation today, so I'll pass you over to Con. We'll just take you off mute, Con.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, thanks Chloe for the introduction, and welcome everyone to this, the fourth in our series of webinars on which we're titling Go Global with Me. This one is about shipping, delivery and collection. There's a subtle difference between the three of those when you use Black Knight ShopBuilder. And although the broad focus of this has been, once you're online, you have a platform to the world, we're also taking the opportunity to point out that in light of level 5 restrictions, that this is actually a very, very good way to serve customers in a local area. So we're going to focus very specifically on that. Day before yesterday, the night before last, the government announced the level 5 restrictions and said that all but essential retail has to close its physical doors. But it's worth looking at what the government's actual announcement was and how it defines essential retail. There's a big long list. It's a fairly broad definition, but it includes this. Point 14 in that government announcement: any other retail outlet that operates an online or other remote system of ordering goods for purposes of collection at the retail outlet. In other words, click and collect, click and delivery, or anything like that as well. That is very worthwhile noticing. I'm going to go and set this up and get us working. Today we're going to be demonstrating Black Knight ShopBuilder. ShopBuilder is Black Knight's e-commerce solution. Of course, you've been able to do e-commerce with Black Knight hosting products for years and years, but we specifically selected and put in place this product this year in response to the new demand from businesses which were new to e-commerce and new indeed to going online as well. So this is designed very much with small businesses, local shops and people like that involved. This is where you can find it. It's at blacknight.com/shopbuilder, and it comes in 3 specific plans. The first of those is limited to less than 100 products. You can list, I think, 2,500 products with the professional version, and the enterprise version then is unlimited in relation to that as well. There are some other subtle differences, but nothing actually major or significant, but I will mention them in and as they arise in this presentation. With ShopBuilder, we've already covered the basic setup of it: purchase and installation of Black Knight ShopBuilder. This is the second in our series of webinars. The first one of those we covered back in July, and you can find those webinars at bk.ie/webinar. And that's where we did the basic purchase and setup of ShopBuilder. And we're going to be using that model demo store that we set up for that and taking that a little bit further today. Webinar 2, bk.ie/webinar 2, is where we're publishing the videos from the current series. And the week before last, my colleague Jonathan Thomas demonstrated how to use ShopBuilder to sell on Facebook and Instagram. You can review that as well. I won't be covering that ground today because we have other material we need to cover. We're going to talk about shipping, delivery, and collection. And there's a subtle difference between the 3 of those. Well, it's really easily understood. With shipping, you give it to someone else to deliver. For example, put it in the post, give it to Unpost. Delivery, you deliver it yourself. Now, depending where your shop is, you'll probably have a limited area that you're prepared to deliver to. And collection is especially useful for small businesses and for shops. And we're basically saying to customers, yeah, come and get it, but put your order in advance. People are phoning orders into their local supermarket, but with shopBuilder, you can actually list your products online and get people to click pay and then come and collect it when you're ready. I'm also very briefly going to talk about gift cards today, which are of a special help to those companies that can't do click and collect. We're talking about hairdressers, beauty therapists, people like that. You can actually sell gift cards online using Black Knight shopBuilder. And we'll demonstrate that. And that is currently available on all 3 of the different plans that are available. So we're talking about shipping, delivery, and collection, but I'm going to take them in reverse order and build upwards. And we'll talk about collection first of all, specifically, as we're going to call it, click and collect. We're talking about self-pickup, where somebody can actually order in advance. You can set that up inside in Black Knight shopBuilder, and you can also add instructions, such as if you're doing curbside or something like that. You can say to people, once your order is in, just pull up outside the shop and ring us on this number. We'll come out and put it in the boot of the car for you. That's the kind of thing you can do. Again, click and collect is available on all plans, and with the professional and enterprise plans, there's an additional option for the customer to specify a date and time for collection. You may or may not need that if you want to, but again, that's available on the 2 higher grade plans. That's collection. The second thing is local delivery, and local delivery is all about defining an area in which you are prepared to deliver to your customers. And we'll show you how to define geographical zones to which you will deliver. You can define more than one zone. For example, you can say, well, within a 5-mile radius, we'll deliver for free. Within the county, we might charge you €5 or €10 or something like that, depending on what kind of business. You have an option to set the delivery charges based on the amount that people have purchased, or you can deliver for free, and there's other elements to that. You can take weight and things like that into account. Those factors also come into account when you're talking about shipping, and our demonstration of shipping today is going to make use of Unpost. We're going to just literally look at putting items in the post and how you would actually set that up and manage that on your e-commerce website. It's very straightforward to do. As I mentioned, we set up a demo store when we originally demonstrated this in the original series of webinars. The front end of that, the shop front of that, is at blacknight.rocks. And as you can see, all of our products at Black Knight are virtual, not so much virtual, but they're services, they're digital, they're online, they're domain names and hosting. We wanted to show how you could sell something quickly and sell something physical. So we've decided to have a little fashion store, and literally you can get your Black Knight designed male or female t-shirts for sale at blacknight.rocks. We don't expect they're going to set the fashion world on fire. They're just for demonstration purposes. And if you go and look at that store right now, you'll see that those t-shirts are available there. We're using a drop shipping printing fulfillment company called Printful, and that's one of the integrations that's available with Black Knight shopBuilder. And that we'll touch on briefly, but we're not going to go into any detail in relation to that, because today we want to focus on local delivery and actually selling local products that you've produced yourselves. So as you know, Black Knight is based in Carlow, but we're all working remotely at the moment, and I'm working from my home in West Clare. And in my garden, I found something that I could actually use as an example for selling online. So today we're going to be selling apples, actual fresh organic apples. In fact, the reason they're organic is because they've been totally neglected. My spring and summer lockdown project was to do some gardening. Some things turned out better than others, but in fact, I completely and utterly neglected the apples and did absolutely nothing with these trees and just let the West Clare sunshine and rain get at them, which is why I've actually got a fantastic crop at the moment. So that's what we're going to use for our example. We're going to do a live demo now using shopBuilder, and we're going to go to the main shopBuilder login site. And if you see the previous webinar, or if you purchase and operate shopBuilder, you'll see that you will go to your control panel at that website, my.shopsettings.com. That's where you set everything up, but make that work with any website. In fact, you can have your store appear on multiple websites and on social media as well. You've got one shop at the back end, but multiple front windows is perhaps one way to look at it. And in particular, we'll touch on it briefly today. There is a really excellent WordPress plugin. And for those of you who use WordPress as a content management system to operate your websites, you'll find that all of the functionality that's available at my.shopsettings.com, all of that can be accessed right from your WordPress dashboard using the Black Knight shopBuilder WordPress plugin, which you'll find out more about if you have the product itself. So that's the system. What we're going to do now is I'm going to briefly stop sharing my screen, briefly turn on my video again for just a moment, and now I'm going to share a different screen with you, because what we're now going to do is go directly to the Black Knight shopBuilder demo store that we've set up for this actual purpose, and that is here. So can you guys see my browser okay there now at the moment? You should be able to see it, and we are right now showing, just let me know, Chloe, that's visible there. I think it is.
Yeah.
So this is a demo. It is the most basic, thanks to Chloe, it is the most basic WordPress template that you could imagine. We only prettied it up just a very little bit. And the whole idea was to just show what a store like this would actually look like. So if you click on visit the store, you can see that we actually only have 2 products. And you can see 2 that I have I've been practicing with earlier briefly appear there, but there are only 2 products visible in that store at the moment, and those are the 2 t-shirts. So let's go ahead and add the apples, as it were, and literally get this set up for ourselves. So if you go to my.shopsettings.com, you can see your dashboard is there, and it tells you what's going on, and there's various ways of setting the things up, the system up. There's an excellent setup wizard, which we've completed 100% here. But I'm going to go now, we have 2 products in the store. I'm going to add a new product, which isn't going to get fulfilled by a third party. This is a product that I'm going to sell to my local customers, my local neighbors here, and I'm going to tell them they can click and collect, or I'll deliver it to them for free within a very limited radius. So let's add that new product, and we're going to set that up right now. If you bear with me just a moment, and we'll get our notes on this. So the new product we're going to call a box of 4 organic apples. Now these are massive apples. I'm going to show them to you very shortly. In fact, let's put some of the pictures in them. That's a nice picture there. We'll upload that one, and we'll upload, this is a pretty one as well. Box of 4 organic apples. They're actually about £1 pound weight each. So 4 is going to be about 2 kilograms worth. And we're going to add a little bit of a description in relation to those, and an apology for the fact that we really aren't very good farmers here at all, but we eat apples and we recommend them very, very highly indeed. So you can see I'm adding my description in there. I'm adding a weight. It'll add a SKU number automatically, and let's sell a box of 4 massive apples for just 50 cents. So we're uploading that final image there. We'll just give that a second. And there's nothing else we can add in at this stage. You can add shipping methods here, you'll see, but I'm not going to do that until I've set those methods up. So we'll just simply share the product for now. If you visit, or save the product, I should say, if you visit our product catalog, you can see that's now enabled. It's a product in there. And if you go to the front page at blacknight.rocks, you'll see that the box of 4 organic apples is now added as a product. Let's go and set up shipping methods, and you can see that we only have one set up currently, and that is the shipping method for the Printful integration. That's the drop shipping site that we're working with to make the t-shirts. But I said we want to make these click and collect. In fact, let's set up delivery. Let's set up free local delivery first. So you can see you can ship with Unpost, you can do delivery, or you can do other options as well. So we're going to set up local delivery. I'm going to make it free, but you can make it conditional on orders over a certain amount. You can set up a flat rate or other custom rates based on weights and other things like that as well. But local delivery in a very local area is going to be free. And you can see it puts in by default there, free delivery in Carlow. That's because Black Knight's office is based in Carlow. But I actually work from home in County Clare in Ballynakelly. It's where I live. So we're going to make it free delivery in this very narrow area around me where the apples are actually grown. We're going to then have the option to add in a description of what free delivery means. So I'm going to add the following text. I'm going to say this local delivery option is available in Ballynakelly only. If you live elsewhere, please choose collection, or you can choose on post shipping. And I'm going to put the information in that we'll deliver the following weekday morning. So if you order at any time, then you'll get the delivery the following morning. And if not, you can give me a ring or whatever. We're going to limit the availability by order subtotal. We're not going to do that. We'll deliver as much as we can to our local neighbours. And this option here, limit availability to operating hours, this actually doesn't mean when you'll deliver. This means when people can select local delivery. So in actual fact, we're going to turn this off. And so people can select local delivery at any time. That'll always be an option, no matter what time or day or night they order their apples from me. But we will clarify that the local delivery will be made the following weekday morning. We save and finish, and you can see we've now created a new delivery, a new shipping method, and that method is local delivery, free delivery in Ballynakelly. But wait, we haven't clarified where that actual area is. So let's go back in and edit that. And you can see right now, it's saying the world. Well, we're certainly not going to do that. You can choose by country, but we're actually going to go and choose a zone on a map. This integrates with Google Maps, and again, it's defaulting to Carlow, which is where Black Knight is based. But as I pointed out, that's not where the apples are grown, and that's not where we're going to do our local delivery. So instead, we'll drag that zone right across here to West Clare, which is where the organic apples are growing. And we'll center it in and around the village of Ballynakelly here. These islands here in the Shannon Estuary aren't inhabited, so I could just put that in like that, but it doesn't even matter. No one's going to ask me to deliver to an island. But on the other hand, I better be sure. So let's just clarify that that area isn't included. Let's include the village of Drumquin, which I think we'll get if we come out about this far. And let's go up here to, yeah, let's include Dara. And we'll go as far as Lissy Casey. And we'll include all of the main Kilrush to Ennis Road in between. And that's our shipping area. In that area, we're going to deliver for free. We're not quite going into Kilodysert, but that is the area in which we'll do free delivery. Now, again, this is one delivery option. You could then add an additional option of, for example, free delivery in County Clare. And you could say, well, maybe not free delivery in County Clare, maybe for €5 or something like that. So we've now defined our delivery option nicely there. And we have not got a click and collect method, because some people might actually save me the trouble and actually come and collect themselves. Now in Black Knight shopBuilder, that's called self pickup. And you have this option here. So let's click on this and add that self pickup option in here. And again, we'll clarify that and add a little bit more detail. In fact, self pickup is a fine way to describe it, but I'm going to call it click and collect. And again, we're going to say it's defaulting to Black Knight in Carlow, but we'll say no, this click and collect location is in Ballynakelly, County Clare. And I can put in my full air code and all my other details there. And we'll stay during business hours. Again, you can say there's an extra charge for pickup if you want. We're not going to charge for pickup. And this option, ask for pickup date and time at checkout, that is not available on the starter version of the starter plan, but it is on the professional and enterprise levels of the plan. People may find that useful to be able for the customer themselves to choose when they want to actually come and collect what they've bought and paid for. Let's say you can't come on Saturday or Sunday, and let's stick to more or less usual retail hours outside of that on the other 5 days of the week. Order fulfillment time. If you place an order, can you come and pick it up straight away? I think not. Give me 15 minutes to pick the apples. Let's say 30. We'll make 30 in this case, and I'll have them ready for you. And then this information here, curbside or drive-through pickup, that's just allowing you or advising you to explain the conditions of pickup. So for example, if you want to make sure that you are maximizing social distancing and all of that, you could say, when you're at the pickup location, call us at your phone number and we'll safely place your order in the car's trunk. And again, you can put that information in here in the detailed instructions for customers, just advising you what to say there. So do you know what? I'll pick the apples in 15 minutes. We'll change that. Add pickup option. So now we've configured click and collect for our Apple store and free delivery in the local area. And the only other thing we want to add then after that is a shipping method for people outside the area in which I'm prepared to deliver. So we have options to choose from here. I'm going to configure on-post shipping. Now, I don't recommend I do recommend on post or other shipping methods like that if you're selling something that is a high value relative to its weight, for example, items of clothing or things like that. That's fine and grand. I do not recommend sending apples in the post because on post rates are quite expensive for these. We've got go to the on post website here and you can see that for parcels the prices can be quite expensive. Let's say up to 2 kilograms. Turns out for the most basic standard delivery across Ireland, that's going to cost €9. So let's say €9, we'll add €2 just to give ourselves a, we're going to make custom, we'll have to set up custom rates here for this year. We're not going to do free shipping for apples. And as you can see, this is really ridiculous because apples are very, very inexpensive. We're only selling these for 25 cents a kilo, but they're costing us much more than that to actually ship them. €9 for up to 2 kilos. Let's add a handling charge of €2 for that. From 2 to 5 kilos, in this case, you can see, go back to the post site, and you can see that that would cost €11 in that particular situation. So we'll call that 13. Let's say from 5 up to, I'm actually going to configure all of these because I want to show you that this all, well, we'll do it up to 15 kilos, and that'll be €13 for a 15 kilo parcel being shipped by post. So 5 to 15 kilos. What did they say there? 13? We'll make it 50. Just to cover and make it worth our while. The table is based on weight in this particular case, but obviously you might decide to make it on value if value was more significant here. And you can also have a minimum subtotal to allow this method, and you can set a shipping region, and we've clarified that this is on the Unpost Ireland site. So let's go back and make sure that we make it clear that this is only for shipping to Ireland. And we're not going to ship our apples abroad. So if you look now, we have configured for ourselves a total of 3 different fulfillment methods: free delivery in the local area, click and collect, and organic apples shipping using OnPost. Another item that we can do is if you look here, this is the top shipping method at the top of the list here, and this will be the default until people select something else. And as you can see, with rates there of 11 to 15 euros for that shipping method, it might put people off. So the one I want to make the default is going to be the click and collect. So we'll click here on sort. We move click and collect to the top. We'll move free local delivery to the second item. And we'll make organic apples shipping with OnPost the third item in our delivery options. We come back out of that here now, and you can see that is set up just the way we want it to be. The one next thing we need to do then is go back to our product catalog, and this time we specify the shipping method. So we go in here again and edit the product to tax and shipping. This product requires shipping. It most certainly does. And we are going to specify what shipping methods to use. Click here on enable specific methods and add methods, and you can see it lists all of the ones that we've already specified and created. We've created click and collect. Let's add a second one, which is free local delivery. Let's add a third method, which is organic apple shipping using OnPost. And the remaining methods, in this case, the printful, custom printing and warehousing, that only applies to the t-shirts. So we're not going to apply that for our apples. Now I'll invite you to look at the front page of the site. And if we refresh again, blacknight.rocks, you can see that we now have our 2 t-shirt products, which were there already. And the box of 4 organic apples is also an option that you can go ahead and actually add items to it. I actually have 2 items in the bag already. Let's add more. Let's add another one and go to checkout. So we now have a total of, oh no, I don't have anything in the box right now. Let's add more to that. Let's remove that and go back into our Apple store. And we'll add 1 here. We'll add another. And we'll add a 3rd. So we've now added 6 kilograms worth of apples. And if you can see, it's adding that shipping or delivery cost in there. With that, it's going to come to $16.50. But we're not going to use that. Instead, we're going to go to checkout on this. And we're going to say, I'll pick it up myself. You can do that. You can add in your details here. And you can also choose your pickup options, what time, specify what time you want to actually have that picked up. Not sure why that's not showing. I think we might have cached information from a previous installation causing a problem here. Oh no, yes, we continue from here, and then it allows me to specify the pickup date and time. And as you can see, it's giving me 15 minutes at least to actually pick the apples. The next available time is 3:20 p.m. You can't click or collect more than that. Let's go back and let's delete these items from the cart and start again. And this time, instead of doing pickup, we'll do the shipping. And you can see that will deliver within that area. I'm not even going to go through this. You can try it out for yourself. Put in an address in West Clare, and you'll find that local shipping or local delivery is available. Otherwise, your only option is to use the version that we've provided, the unpost shipping. The one other thing I want to show you is how to do a gift card. And very briefly, we're going to do this. You can see there's your option to create a gift card. And these are default amounts suggested, but you can change those as well. Let's go into change settings here. We'll choose the defaults that are there. And let's say it's for a barbershop or a hair salon. We can change the image that's associated with the gift card as well. And that will come up and upload there for us. And the interesting thing about the gift card is it gets sent to you as an email, and you can buy it as a gift for someone else. So if you're buying a beauty therapy session or a haircut or something like that for another person, you can use the gift card. It gets sent to you as an email. You can forward that to someone else, and they can bring that gift card into the shop when they're ready to do that. So if we save that, we'll make that the primary image there. We'll remove this default image and we'll save our changes again. And then if you go to the front of the store, you can see that we now have 4 products in the store, including our gift card, which should be appearing there now. Try and refresh that again. It should now be appearing. And for some reason, it's just not showing up from here. I think we're only displaying 3 items on the main screen here. I'd have to make it a little bit bigger. Anyway, there we go. So we're going to stop sharing there for a moment. I'll turn on my video here again, and we'll let people get a few questions ready if you have them. We'll just start the video there for a second. It's working? It is. So we'll return just very briefly there to our demonstration. And at this point, I would say we are ready for any questions that you might have. Just to point out that we have the whole package here. It's a one-stop shop, not just the web hosting, and also, of course, Site Builder and Shop Builder, but also we have tools which have been demonstrated in some of these other webinars that we've been doing as well. We have a tool called Site Booster, powered by Ranking Coach, which can be used to boost your search engine optimization and other items as well, like that. And then next week, we're going to be doing Social Media 101, which is going to be presented by my colleague, Jonathan Thomas. That's on this day next week. So that's it, Chloe. If there were any other questions or any questions arising from what we've discussed.
Yeah, brilliant. Just have a couple of questions for you. For click and collect, what kind of notification does the customer get?
So for click and collect, the customer will get a notification to say that they'll get an email, I should say, to say that their order has been accepted. And you notice with click and collect that you've provided your name and your phone number for the merchant. So basically, the merchant can basically text you or call you or WhatsApp you and let you know, or indeed email you as well, because he's got an email also to notify you that, or notify him that he's received your order. So he can notify you when your order is ready to collect, or as you say, if you've used the date and time picker, which I demonstrated, it's a feature of the professional and enterprise versions of the product. If you use the date and time picker, you can actually turn up expecting that it will be ready at the time that you've said.
Yeah, and that's a really handy feature to have the time there. But if you don't have that premium plan, it does the click and collect does work. You just can't specify the time.
It does work. You get an email to tell you that your order has been accepted, and the merchant has your name, your email address, and your phone number as well. So they'll notify you when your order is ready to collect.
Okay, and just I was just thinking there as well for that click and collect or the local delivery. I'm not sure if it's live yet, but I do know that there was one of our local cafes that was looking into using this for their food, because they were being charged, well, they are being charged a heavy commission off Just Eat. So it's just to point out that it could be used for that as well. It's a really, I think, clever way of using this platform.
It really is ideal for takeaways,
Yeah, absolutely. Sean was just wondering, can you show the Black Knight product overview slide again?
Yeah, absolutely.
The last slide you had there. If there's any questions on any of the products, Sean, just let us know. We can help you out there.
So basically, yeah, it's we have over, I think, 400 domain extensions. The most popular, obviously, are .ie and .com, but .me, for example, that we're working with on this webinar series, is very popular as well. .eu, of course, and even .uk, because some companies that are trying to, I suppose, keep in touch with British customers, given the uncertainties of Brexit, .uk is a very good way to actually do that as well. Different ranges of hosting, starting from less than €5 per month plus VAT, up to as much as you want, depending on what kind of dedicated server farm you need if you're a massive enterprise with huge traffic and huge e-commerce going on. Security certs are vital, Chloe, and you've got to have one. That's the padlock on your address bar. You absolutely have to have one. But again, they're available for as little as €3 a month. Black Knight Site Builder is our DIY site builder, or if you have good development skills, you can obviously build your own website from HTML and WordPress and stuff like that, or engage a professional web developer to do that for you. And the important point I suppose to mention is that Black Knight Shop Builder works with any of these. Whatever your website is made out of, you can embed the front end of your shop in using from Shop Builder into Site Builder, WordPress, or anything else like that. Online marketing was the focus of last week's one, and Microsoft 365 is increasingly important, I think, for people who need business class email, and certainly for organizations that are working remotely, trying to keep a team that's distributed, working together and collaborating on products. We sell it here on behalf of Microsoft, and we also use it ourselves.
Yeah, we do. And just to point out there as well that you were saying about Shop Builder integrating. I know there's Sean is just saying here he needs to upgrade his website soon. Even if this kind of is a time that you want to get your website up and running, not just for you Sean, for everybody here. If it's just the e-commerce section that you need to do, or you want to get it up and running, you know, kind of affordable and in a quick way to do it yourself, that Shop Builder can just be be done really quickly yourself, and then you can kind of come back at it again at a later time if you did want to kind of redevelop your whole website. I think this, even if it is a temporary solution, I think it's a really good one. Just on the gift cards, Con, I'm not sure if you're going to know the answer to this, but do we know, can you keep track of the gift card balance? We might have to have a look into that question. I don't know the answer to it. I'm not sure if you do.
I know the top level version of that answer, which is that it does keep track of so say you buy a €50 gift card, the customer, either yourself or whoever you gift the card to, can bring that gift card to the store, and it'll get spent. You can spend, say, €20 off of it, and the balance is still available to use. How that works exactly, I believe it's integrated into, I don't believe that the store owner keeps track of that. It's integrated into shopBuilder, but I'm not 100% sure of how that is. But that is the instructions that we've got from Equid, who are the partner that we work with and who are supplying us with shopBuilder. Brilliant.
And I think the other thing to mention as well is that if you don't have a website, you can still use this solution as well. I know actually somebody shared a good example earlier there with us, and that's just literally has a domain name and shopBuilder set up, and it's just a one-pager kind of store as such. So you don't actually need a website as such either if you don't have one. You just want to get online as quick as you can to try keep up with this rapidly changing environment that we're in at the moment. Con, I'm just conscious of time there, so I'm going to wrap it up. Just to say,
we have a couple of other questions in the chat, or
I think I may have got them, Con.
Not in the Q&A window. Yeah. So Declan,
an email. Part of is site backup and or email backup part of all Black Knight hosting services currently?
No, it doesn't come built in with the hosting. You have to order it separately. Some people may, for example, either not need to back up their website or they just have a local backup on their own systems or something like that. So it can be an add-on, as Michaela, in fact, has just answered it there. So that's from Sean there as well. Tom McDermott Walsh there is just asking, how important is it to have recorded delivery? Is on post regular non-recorded delivery okay for lower value shipments? I would say you need to track it. And in fact, with the parcels, all on post options for parcels are tracked. In fact, so I would very much, if you're shipping products to people, I would very much have things tracked. But it's even with the standard delivery, the basic 2 kilo one for I think €9 is tracked as well.
Yeah, and just to mention there as well, you can integrate it with, I think it hooks into DPD, and it's not just on post that you can use. Am I right in saying that?
You can actually specify anyone, any courier company, any delivery company you like, and simply do what I did with Unpost, which is put in whatever you think is appropriate to cover the shipping that you're going to need to do. I see a comment there from Declan Milne there, who says I could have ordered them from his site. They do fresh fruit, and I could indeed, Declan. And when I'm finished, indeed, I don't know if I'm sharing this video or not, but I wanted to say to you, the apples actually are real, and it's been really quite an experience to have them. We're baking, we're eating, we're giving them to everyone that calls around, and maybe Declan, I might talk to you later, you might buy some from me, we'll see how it goes.
You can become a wholesaler, Con. Who would have thought it? I think that is it. Yeah, I am just conscious that we've ran over quite a bit now. So thank you to everybody who has taken the time today. I know it's a kind of, we're busier than we ever are trying to adapt and change for the needs at the moment. So just thanks to everybody for joining us today. And thank you, Con, for taking the time out to do this. I think this is a good one that we can refer back to, and we will be sending out a recording of this webinar as well. So if anybody does want to look back at it, and I think Con mentioned there as well, we do have them all up on a landing page altogether. If you go to bk.ie/webinar2, I believe is this series, and our first one is just bk.ie/webinar. So if anybody does want to go back and look at how to just set up shopBuilder itself, Con has already done a demonstration on that as well. So Next week, we will be having a look at social media. So just kind of an introduction 101 on social media for SMEs. Our colleague Jonathan will be going through that with us. So I think that's it. We'll leave it there. If anybody does have any questions, as always, we are on the phone, we're on live chat, we are everywhere. So we're all working from home, but we are working. And just to mention that we are super busy at the moment. So if you do experience you might experience some delay times on the phone, just to note, because we did have a phishing attack last week. So we're still trying to get through a high volume of calls and tickets. Thanks everybody again for joining us, and we will see you all again next week. Bye.